This is the Feelworld P6XL. It's a video monitor, and there's something quite unique about this monitor. And I'm not sure if it's something that it's a pro or a con. At first glance, it seems like it is a pro. And I haven't seen this feature in any other video monitor out there yet. But yeah, let's see. The unique thing about this Feelworld P6XL is that it has a built-in battery. There is no option here to plug in one of your traditional NPF batteries that you put at the back of video monitors, but this is completely lacking of all of that because it has a built-in battery in it. And although it can be a very good thing, there are a few things that you should consider. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to figure out whether this is for you and whether you think you would like to have a monitor with a built-in battery. This video is not sponsored, but Feelworld did send me this monitor for me to try out, but they did not get to see this video before you do. And all of the thoughts in this video are my own. So in the box, you get the monitor, and this is always very satisfying. Quick start guide, USB Type A to USB-C cable. This I don't think is included in the regular package, but this is their HML charging extension L plate. So this is used for you to secure a battery mobile power supply over here. So in case you run out of batteries with that built-in battery. You get one of these, you get micro HDMI to HDMI, full-size HDMI cable, and one of these brackets. And also a sun hood right here. The included sun hood comes in two parts. So you have this thing here and this. I'm not a big fan of the way they have this set up here. This is actually Velcro over here along this plastic cover here, and this hood is not really made of plastic. It's more like a more durable cardboard kind of thing. So this you Velcro attach to this part here, and then you attach the sun hood to your monitor. So the sun hood's a little bit sort of on the lower quality side of things, but still very easy enough to set up. I wish they had a more simple way of folding this, and unfortunately, no, you can't. You have to detach this and fold it, and yeah. So this is a 6-inch monitor with an IPS screen of 1920 by 1080, and it has 1200 nits of brightness. It is not the brightest monitor out there, but good enough if you use it with the included sun hood, in my opinion. This is extremely light at 332 grams, which is roughly in pounds. How much is that in pounds? 0.732 pounds. So very light. What I like too is that it's also very slim, as you can see here, compared to my phone. Yeah, the form factor is really good, very compact for a 6-inch monitor. You got here your Q20 thread just on the bottom. One thing to keep in mind is that there are two USB-C ports on this thing. This one is a USB Type-C port to upgrade the firmware on this monitor, and this one is to charge it. There is only one HDMI in port and no HDMI out port, so you can daisy chain this. Headphone port, your power button, and that is about it. No physical buttons to control different settings on this monitor, so if that's something that's important to you, something to keep in mind. So last year I also reviewed, I'm gonna show you right now, the Viltrox DC-A1. Let's get rid of this. A 7-inch monitor, which is also very bright. So I'm just gonna show you in terms of size how it compares. The Viltrox DC-A1 right here. As you can see, it's a lot thicker than this one. It is a little bit bigger though. This is a 7-inch monitor compared to the 6-inch here. So yeah, if you wanted a more compact setup, this is definitely the one to go for. This monitor is definitely very well built. It has a backing of metal. The casing is very sturdy. It feels very premium. Something like this one, like the Viltrox ECA1, feels a little bit more plasticky. It's still very well built, but not as premium feeling and looking as this one from Feelworld. On traditional monitors, you get something like this, where you can use an NPF battery to power a monitor. With this one, you don't have that, but the battery is hidden inside somewhere, inside this thing here. And that could be a good thing or a negative thing. So this has a 3000 milliamp hours battery, and it lasts about 2 hours at full power. So 2 hours might not be long enough for a lot of shoots, but you do have the option to power this via a USB-C power bank. I do wish that they had given us an option not just to run it with the built-in battery, but also with an NPF battery option as well, so that you could rely on both, go on built-in battery, and then after 2 hours, be able to just put in an NPF battery at the back. Having a built-in battery for if you want a very compact setup is definitely a plus. But the benefit of having swappable batteries though is that if you're on longer shoots, you can buy multiple batteries, have them all pre-charged, and just swap them as you go throughout the day. So if you do run out of power, there's actually an easy way that Feelworld provides for you to be able to rig this up to an external power supply. You have to get this external extension L plate. You can attach to the bottom here of the monitor, like so, and then you'll attach your battery power or your power supply over here. That will increase the weight of your setup and your monitor, because depending on the size and the weight of your power charger, but a good way of rigging it without having a power supply just hanging around and stuff like that. Probably the best thing to do is to just have this bracket, just have it installed at all times. Even with the bracket installed, it's still a very light and compact monitor, but having this bracket is going to, pre-installed, is just going to save you a lot of time should this battery run out. Yeah, so suddenly this becomes a very not so compact setup. So I would recommend just getting like a smaller power bank for this. Oops. So I would recommend getting a smaller power bank for this, not a big juicy one like this one. But yeah, pros and cons, I guess. So let's see how long it takes this to power on. Cool. So about 9 seconds, everything is touch screen. If you go on the right of the screen, you adjust the volume. If you go on the left or in the middle, you adjust the backlight. To bring up all the features, you swipe from the bottom, like so. You have all of these controls that you come to expect with professional monitors. You have LUT capability here that you can toggle on and off, be able to view different displays, scope, for rates, false color, focus. We also have an anamorphic de-squeeze. If you double tap, you're able to bring up all of these monitoring tools that you come to expect with video monitors. You have your markers. Here you're able to adjust the specific setting for each of these features, so that once you go at the bottom over here, you're able to access that specific setting that you have selected over here. One feature that is quite unique is one called a onion skin image overlay, which allows you to compare frames with a semi-transparent reference if you want to align shots easily. In terms of price, this is very budget friendly at about $200 US, pretty acceptable for something like this. I think this monitor is great for anyone who wants a minimalistic and compact setup. Travel shooters, documentary filmmakers, the inclusion of a built-in battery is a very nice to have, but definitely a little bit limiting. I do think that this monitor shines in terms of its weight and portability for a 6-inch monitor. So that's it for this video. Do you usually use a video monitor when you're running gunning on a gimbal? Let me know in the comments below. I usually do not, but I find that as I'm getting a little older, I prefer to have a little bit bigger screen. So anyways, that's it for this video. Here are a couple more videos you could watch next if you're still around, and I'll see you there.